Welcome to this year's 2020 Larry King Law's Langley Speedway Awards Banquet. Tonight, we will honor all the accomplishments of every driver out here at Langley Speedway in 2020, and we will look back at all the memories this season has brought us. Obviously, tonight we would love to be gathered at the Hampton Roads Convention Center like we normally are this time of year to honor our champions and accomplishments, but unfortunately during this trying time, we are not able to do so. But we are able to bring this banquet to you safely at your home. Tonight, all our champions will be calling in to deliver their championship speeches and to thank all their friends and sponsors and support for the 2020 season. 2020 was a very historic year for Larry King Law's Langley Speedway as we celebrated our 70th anniversary here at this racetrack in Hampton, Virginia. I myself have been a part of it for 15 years, and luckily, the future is bright for our fine racetrack. 2020 also brought with us many hardships as well, as we remember Sean Beluzzo, who we lost tragically here this year. I know this has been a trying time and a difficult time for so many of our drivers and fans. I can't tell you how much it means to me that in this year, with everything going on, you all came out to support us here at the racetrack. In my first year out here, I can definitely say I did not see this type of season coming, but I am definitely glad to have had the support of every single one of you and help out here during my first year as promoter of Langley Speedway. But tonight is a night about celebrating. It's a night about being happy, about looking forward to 2021 and all that the future brings to us. So without further ado, here is our 2020 Awards Series banquet, and I thank you for joining us.
Warm living rooms. Welcome to Larry King Law's Langley Speedway. I'm Brian White with our 2020 awards presentation. To kick things off, let's have an invocation with our track chaplain, Tom Potter.
Lord, we want to thank you for getting us through this past race season, Larry King Law's Langley Speedway. Thank you for the staff and how they turned obstacles into opportunities and problems into possibilities. And thank you, Lord, for giving comfort and courage to continue after the tragic loss of Sean Beluzzo. Continue to comfort his family as well as the race family. And thank you for the great progress of Bryce, who's on the winning side when it comes to the everyday race of life. We pray for each person in our race family that you'll bless them during this Christmas season with inner peace. I thank you for the great progress of Bubba Johnson as he continues to recover from his serious job-related accident. Thank you, Lord, for looking out for each of us. We know what life leads us to, you'll get us through. Lord, we thank you for the great accomplishments of each driver and team as they're being awarded tonight. Thank you for life and health and safety. And we continue to put our faith and trust in you to be able to run the everyday race of life successfully. Bless this awards time together tonight. It's not just a virtual time, it's a victory time, and we thank you. In Jesus' name I pray, and I do thank you. Amen.
Thank you, Tom. While 2020 has been so different in so many ways, tonight we do get to celebrate. We celebrate together virtually. We'll run down each of our divisions and we'll talk to our champions over the telephone. So we look forward to that. Before we do that, we're pleased to have with us the guy that helps make it happen, track owner, Mr. Bill Mullis. Good evening, Bill.
Thank you, Brian. And it's great to be here. We're at Langley Speedway, so it's great to be here. It's our 70th year, and I really want to thank Vaughn for that great introduction and all the work he's done to create this virtual meeting or banquet, so to call. So I was going to ask everybody, if it's a banquet, what are we eating tonight? So let's all take a bite of whatever we have that's our favorite food and agree we had a great dinner. So really want to thank y'all for being here. What a season it's been, you know, the 70th season. While we were sitting here reflecting, getting ready to put this show on the air, I was kind of reflecting about what 70 years of racing means here and how much racing that actually represents. And it's a whole lot. You know, if you see what happens just on a Saturday night here in the summer, and then you try to multiply that by a year, and then you multiply it by 70 years of racing, boy, this scale can tell some stories, and so can most of us. So it is great to be here, and I want to wish everybody happy holidays, and particularly, I hope everybody has a great new year coming up, and we're looking forward to great things in 2021. So I want a special thank you really to all the sponsors that went beyond to show their support for this past season. It's been a tough year, and we've had some highs and we've had some very low lows, as you know. But we got it. We got through together as a racing family. That's what we are, and that's what makes Langley Speedway great. It's a great racing family. I can't thank enough for our great office staff and the people that work here behind the scenes all the time to make this place operate. Chuck Hall, he's like the granddad of Langley Speedway that's been here for so many years, and he's a voice of experience, and we all go to him. Vaughn, our new promoter that's done so much work for this tonight, a great introduction, and Vaughn's got a vested interest in racing and loves his place. And I thank Vaughn so much for coming in this year, his first year, but what a tough year. So Vaughn, I apologize for having a tough year, but I really appreciate your support and help. Terry, Tracy, and Chief and Joel, y'all are all important to me. Y'all have this place ready to race every Saturday, and it looks great, and we're proud of that. I want to thank Skip Kane, Cynthia, and his family for a great concessions operation here. We couldn't do it without you guys. It takes a small village to run this place. And officials up in the tower, we got Shane, Chris Mackey, Stephanie Ranger, and Paul Scalisi. They do a great job up there. And our tech people, we got Keith and Brian and Justin Ellis there. And we've got our safety crew, which I consider one of the best in the country, and our record drivers. It's just a great group here. It's a big family. Everybody does a good job, and they've got a lot of experience. So I'm very fortunate to have all that great staff and experience at Langley Speedway. It actually makes my job very easy. So, we've got great supporters here when you move beyond in-house, and there are many. I want to start with Mayor Donnie Tuck in the city of Hampton and City Council. They stood behind me in 2016 when this track was in jeopardy, and they really stepped up and worked with me and made all our dreams come true to continue the legacy of Langley Speedway that's been here so many years. Hampton CVB, Mary Frazier and her staff, she's been helping me since the first day I ever walked on this property. Thank you, Mary. We appreciate you so much. Larry King Law, and Larry King. Larry, thank you for being such a great sponsor and partner with Langley Speedway. It's people like you that make this place great. We really appreciate your support and all the support you've given this place over the years. But your key role has been fantastic, and thank you for believing in us. We really appreciate that. I really want to thank the entire staff at NASCAR. It's a great group of people. They've been behind this racetrack for years. It is one of the oldest in the country, sanctioned, and they know it. They know about Langley Speedway, and we've got a great close relationship with NASCAR, and I enjoy that, and it's something we're very proud of. I also want to thank NBCSN. Gold Track Pass program has been fantastic this year. People rave about it, and I think I want to compliment my staff, particularly Vaughn behind the scenes on that, for such a great production. And Brian, you guys just kill it in the tower, and your announcing has been fantastic. Thank you so much for being part of Langley Speedway, and now you've become the voice of Langley. That's pretty big. So we really appreciate you, and you guys' support here and believing in us at Langley. It's a lot to us. It means a lot to me personally. I want to thank the Hampton Police Department and Fire Department for all their support and all they do here on a regular basis. And I can't say enough about them either. We've got the best of the best right here at Langley Speedway. It takes a lot of teams to create champions, not just the championship teams, but all the competitors. So you really got to look at everybody, and they're not people that fill the field. They're the people that make the show, and the show's big, and it's important, and it's historical. So I really want to thank all the teams tonight, everybody that participated here, and all the work it took in all those shops. And, I know what it takes. All the work behind the scenes, whether you won, you came in 5th place, or you were last, You're very important to Langley Speedway because without you, there's no show. And there's been great competition for these champions to earn their mark. And I know they appreciate each and every one of you. I personally want to congratulate Aaron Leach, Riley Music, Michael Waters, Jerry Clark, Charlie Bryant Jr., Landon Abbott, Louis Pastorez, Tommy Jackson Jr., Paul Lubno, Mark Wirtz, and especially Brendan Queen, our late model champion for 2020. What a great job. I want to tell you all that we're very proud. NASCAR and Langley Speedway, we are very, very proud of our champions. Thank you for racing at Langley and making it such a wonderful season with all we were up against. I want to congratulate and to tell you how many it was to all of the 251 teams that participated in the 2020 season, and especially the 11 champions we're going to hear from tonight. Thank all of y'all so very much. Again, I want to thank all the hardworking teams, but in particular, the championship teams. Y'all have a lot to be proud of, and you're part of history here, and this place has quite a history, as we all know. As we move forward into the 71st season, our hope is to move back into normalcy for the 2021 season. And we're all hoping and praying for that this country can progress and we can get beyond the virus and the things we're dealing with and get back to normal racing and normal crowds and enjoy what we have here for years and years. So from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate everybody that works here, everybody that's involved, and our huge racing family and racing community that Langley Speedway is part of, not just here in Virginia, the great city of Hampton, but all over the United States. Thank y'all all so much for your support. I appreciate you, and we're going to continue racing at Langley. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. What a great year we've had in 2020, and we look forward to 2021. We'll be here before we blink our eyes.
Yeah, it's here now. We're already working toward it. But yes, it's been a great year. We've had highs and lows, and we lost one of the greatest racers that's been around here and a big part of our lives, and that was pretty hard. And as you know, I mean, it's just been a really tough year for a lot of reasons. But the fact that we raced, we've got champions, we've got a season in the book. I think it's a huge accomplishment for all of us. Thank you all very much.
All right, thank you, Bill, and we're certainly excited about the season. And tonight we're going to look back over the year, talk with our division champions, and look at all the successes that they've had. So without further ado, let's move right into our awards presentation. And now we're going to move into the Bojangles Champ Cards. And we're going to watch a video that's going to highlight the top 10 points.
Bojangles HRKC Pro-Wing Champ Cards, 2020 Top 10. Finishing 10th in points. With 3 top 10s and 1 top 5, driver of the 3 cart, Jeremiah Strandberg. Finishing 9th in points. With 4 top 10s and 4 top 5s and 1 win, driver of the 78 cart, Jacob Harberts. Finishing 8th in points. With 4 top 10s and 2 top 5s, driver of the 02 cart, Jordan Wood. Finishing 7th in points. With 6 top 10s and 1 top 5, driver of the 10 cart, Danny Millard. Finishing 6th in points. With 6 top 10s and 3 top 5s, driver of the 8 cart, Trace Wyatt. Finishing 5th in points. With 7 top 10s and 1 top 5, driver of the 16 cart, Dave Millard. Finishing 4th in points. With 7 top 10s and 3 top 5s, driver of the 17 cart, Hunter Waltrip. Finishing 3rd in points. With 6 top 10s, 6 top 5s, and 1 win, driver of the 67 cart, Chris Bechtel. Finishing 2nd in points. With 7 top 10s, 6 top 5s, and 2 wins, driver of the 51 cart, Matthew Leach, and your 2020 champion. With 6 top 10s, 6 top 5s, and 3 wins, driver of the 45 cart, Aaron Leach.
Congratulations, Aaron Leach, as our 2020 Bojangles HRKC Champ Kart champion. Other drivers that we want to recognize here tonight, the Rookie of the Year, that was Trace Wyatt. Sportsman of the Year, that goes to Danny Millard. And now we have our champion on the phone, Aaron Leach. Aaron, you have to be super excited. Not only did you win the 2020 title, that makes 3 consecutive championships. Congratulations.
Yeah, it was a very good season for us. My brother and I set out to do what we needed to be able to try to lock up 1 and 2, and we did that. I also got to say congratulations and good job to our other teammate, Jacob Harberts. He pushed us to a couple wins. We pushed him to a win. Congratulations to Danny Millard for getting Sportsman of the Year. I know Bill had said earlier he wanted to know what people were eating. Well, my parents came over to celebrate, and we had pizza for dinner. So, other than that, we're just relaxing, getting ready, and ready to get back at it for next year.
Going into the season, did you see yourself winning the championship again, the 3rd straight?
Going into the season, just like the last 2 seasons, I honestly went into the season just looking to have consistent finishes and have a good season, not try to predict having a bunch of wins or anything else. I just wanted to have a good consecutive, very just very strong and very consistent season. And that's what we set out to do, and that's what we did.
You certainly did. Now, you brought up pizza, so we have to know, what kind of pizza? Are we talking about pepperoni, anchovies? What are we celebrating with tonight?
It was thin crust, pepperoni, and black olive, and that's typically my go-to.
All righty. Well, look, you certainly deserve that, and fantastic season to you, your family, and your team. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Aaron Leach, your 2020 Bojangles HRKC champion. And now we're going to move into our next division. It is our Cycle City Court. Let's take a look at how they did here with our Bandoleros.
Hey, I'm Craig Steinke with Cycle City Corporation. We want to thank and congratulate all the Bandolero drivers this year for a great job. I know the 2020 season was a little rough. Hopefully 2021 will be much better for you guys, and we will be aboard as a sponsor again. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
So thank you to our sponsors. Without them, we couldn't make it happen. And we want to thank all the folks at Cycle City Corp for believing in Larry King Law's Langley Speedway, our staff, and of course our great drivers and teams. We certainly thank you. And again, to all of the sponsors who helped make it happen. Some other awards before we get into the top 10 in points. We do want to highlight the Rookie of the Year for our youngsters. These are the future stars. We say future stars, but really they're the stars of today and of tomorrow. And some of those bright, shining stars includes Rookie of the Year, Trey Williams. Congratulations, Trey. Our Sportsman of the Year. How much fun did we have watching this driver? That award goes to Aaliyah Painter. And I certainly won't forget the last race of the season. She was going for the win, and she was able to make it happen and break into Dale Lemon's victory lane. And it was certainly a big night for her and her family for Aaliyah Painter. So congratulations. And we are just thankful for all of the Cycle City Court Bandoleros, and we look forward to watching them as they prepare for the upcoming season and all the great things they'll do into the future.
You can say we're waiting.
And we are waiting here just a couple of minutes because we're going to have the driver who made it happen, your 2020 champion, and that includes Riley Music. And we're going to play now the top 10 video.
the Cycle City Corp Bandoleros 2020 Top 10. Finishing 10th in points. With 3 top 10s and 2 top 5s, driver of the 99 car, Riley Rondeu. Finishing 9th in points. With 4 top 10s, driver of the 88 car, Phoenix Kimball. Finishing 8th in points. With 4 top 10s and 1 top 5, driver of the 38 car, Aiden Zybrecht. Finishing 7th in points. With 4 top 10s and 3 top 5s, driver of the 00 car, Cody Bryant. Finishing 6th in points. With 4 top 10s and 4 top 5s, driver of the A car, Jacob Derrick. Finishing 5th in points. With 6 top 10s and 5 top 5s, driver of the 9 car, Aiden Millette. Finishing 4th in points. With 8 top 10s and 5 top 5s, driver of the 28 car, Peter Theriault. Finishing 3rd in points. With 10 top 10s and 8 top 5s, driver of the 3 car, Trey Williams. Finishing 2nd in points. With 10 top 10s, 10 top 5s, and 1 win, driver of the 14 car, Aaliyah Painter, and your 2020 champion. With 10 top 10s, 10 top 5s, and 9 wins, driver of the 47 car, Riley Music.
It was 9 victories and 10 starts. What an incredible season. We have with us now your 2020 Cycle City Corp Bandoleros champion, Mr. Riley Music. Riley, congratulations. The floor is yours.
Thank you. It was just an unbelievable year. I couldn't have asked for anything better. It was definitely an improvement from last year. We improved in equipment, but I want to thank the people who made this possible. My mom, my dad, my grandfather, my grandmother, my great-grandfather, my Uncle Doug with QuickTime Auto Body, M&W Wood with Mark Wirtz, Bubba Johnson with J&J Demolition. I hope he gets well soon. East Coast Repair and Fabrication, Thurston Spring Service, SciTech, Haven Inn, SciTech Laboratories, RPA, and trying to think. I think I got them all, but without them, it wouldn't have been possible. It was just, the competition was so much better this year. It was just unbelievable.
You have to be so proud of the accomplishments, and I think your pup's proud of you too.
Yeah, the only thing that was a little bit upsetting about this year is my dad couldn't make it to all the races because of the military. He was restricted until the last couple races of the year, and it was great to see him come out. I mean, I wish I could have won every one of them he was out there for, but I mean, 9 wins out of the 10 is really good. So
I would say it's quite incredible, and I tell you, you've done really good from a PR standpoint. You have those sponsors down pat. You got used to rattling them off in Victory Circle, didn't you?
No, I mean, yeah, that helped a lot, but I just sat down almost every week and tried getting to know them better, and it's just, you gotta remember them. And I forgot to thank one person. I forgot to thank Mike Waltney, or I forgot to thank a couple people. Mike Waltney for running the division and selling parts to the cars, Bill Mullis for opening the track, Von Cretan for giving us a track to race at, just like Bill, and everybody there, the officials, Keith, Brian, Justin. Without them, I wouldn't have a place to race at.
Well, congratulations. We're certainly proud of you, Riley, and we look forward to seeing you back on the track in 2021. Congrats and enjoy.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Riley Music, your 2020 Cycle City Corp Bandoleros champion. Well, now let's move to our Farley Financial U-Cars. And we have with us a sponsor to talk about the great season we've had.
Good evening, everybody. I was very proud to sponsor the 2020 Farley Financial U-Cars. 2020 was a big turning point for the division, and we have a few people to thank. First, I'd like to thank Robbie Morris and Dustin Connor for suggesting that we allow imports into the division. I'd also like to thank Jesse Jones for helping me rewrite the rule book. And to Bill Mullis and Shane Laws, I want to thank you for sticking with the division and believing in its future. Now to congratulate the 2020 championship winning driver, Michael Waters, and the entire Waters Racing family, Courtney, the twins, Brian, and Tyler. I'm proud to call all of you my friends, and I know Michael will represent the division well as the reigning champion. I look forward to seeing all of you next year when I return as the title sponsor to the division. And now from the Farley Financial family to your family, I wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Thank you so much. All right, now let's look back over the past season and let's look at who were the top 10 in points.
The Farley Financial U-Cars 2020 Top 10. Finishing 10th in points. With 2 top 10s, driver of the 32 car, Vicky Connor. Finishing 9th in points. With 5 top 10s, driver of the 46 car, Nicholas Hurt. Finishing 8th in points. With 5 top 10s and 5 top 5s, driver of the 03 car, Zachary Lindsay. Finishing 7th in points. With 6 top 10s and 2 top 5s, driver of the 2 car, Tyler Borden. Finishing 6th in points. With 7 top 10s, driver of the 20 car, Mike Parker. Finishing 5th in points. With 7 top 10s and 7 top 5s, driver of the 18 car, Brandon Wood. Finishing 4th in points. With 7 top 10s, 2 top 5s, and 1 win, driver of the 03D car, Nicholas Deans. Finishing 3rd in points. With 8 top 10s and 8 top 5s, driver of the 3 car, Austin Davis. Finishing 2nd in points. With 8 top 10s and 7 top 5s, driver of the 6 car, Christian Keller. And your 2020 champion. With 7 top 10s, 7 top 5s, and 5 wins, driver of the 36 car, Michael Waters.
I tell you, we were on the edge of our seats all the way up until the very last night because we weren't quite sure who was going to win the championship. Entering the last race, 5 drivers mathematically had a shot at winning the title, but it came down to 1, and that was Michael Waters. Some of the other drivers we want to recognize tonight include Rookie of the Year, and that award goes to Christian Keller. Now, Christian Keller also gets one other award. He wins the Sportsman of the Year. Congratulations, Christian. And now with us, joining us here this evening, your 2020 Farley Financial's U-Cars champion, Michael Waters. Michael, congratulations. Man, what a season you've had as well.
Yeah, it's definitely was a long season. I didn't know if we were going to be able to race this season or not, but luckily the track opened back up. Without my mom and dad being there, I wouldn't have been able to do it. Courtney being there, the twins, her letting me drive the car. Dean, he built one hell of a car. 3 years ago, we were doing this actually at the banquet, with the championship for 2017. So to get it back in 2020, I mean, it's a good feeling.
It's got to be. And tell me, what was going through your mind that last race? Because you knew it was on the line. You had Christian, you had Austin also going for it really strong. What was going through your mind, and what helped you ultimately secure that championship?
Well, Landon Florian, he was my spotter all year, and that last race, he was like, "We're just points racing. We just got to finish." So I mean, when I started passing everybody, when we started, to invert in the second race, he just was like, "Just keep it clean. Don't force the issue." But when you're racing, you're running for a championship, you know, you're going to try to get to the front. But I mean, we finished the cars in one piece. So, I mean, we had a good year.
You absolutely did. Congratulations, Michael, to you and your team. You get to go celebrate. And oh, by the way, what are you enjoying for dinner tonight?
Actually, we're over here at my mom and dad's, and they ordered some Papa John's for dinner. So we had pizza.
Very good. The pizza's the thing tonight.
Man, it's just simple. It's easy.
Pizza for champions. Congratulations, Michael.
Thank you.
Michael Waters, everybody. What a great season again. Well, now we're going to move to the Riverside Paper Pro 6 division. And we're going to find out who finished inside the top 10 in this division.
The Riverside Paper Pro 6. 2020 top 7. Finishing 7th in points. With 2 top 10s and 2 top 5s. Driver of the 18 car, Chris Easterling. Finishing 6th in points. With 2 top 10s and 2 top 5s. Driver of the 3 car, Ryan Huff. Finishing 5th in points. With 4 top 10s and 4 top 5s. Driver of the 72 car, Josh Taylor. Finishing 4th in points. With 5 top 10s and 4 top 5s. Driver of the 4 car, Debbie Biesecker. Finishing 3rd in points. With 7 top 10s and 6 top 5s. Driver of the 29 car, Scott Allen. Finishing 2nd in points. With 8 top 10s and 8 top 5s. Driver of the 46 car, Jason Michaud. And your 2020 champion. With 8 top 10s, 8 top 5s, and 8 wins. Driver of the 28 car, Jared Clark.
What a year we had in the Riverside Pro 6 division. Some drivers are going to recognize, as far as awards are concerned, the Rookie of the Year. Well, that award will go to Josh Taylor. The Sportsman of the Year, this is a familiar name, Mr. Scott Allen. Congratulations, Scott, and congratulations to Josh as well. But the driver that won every race, and when I say every race, I do mean every single start, all 8. I can hear the song Undefeated blaring in my ear right now as you're playing. But your 2020 champion, his 2nd straight title, Mr. Jared Clark. Jared, wow, what a season.
Absolutely, man. I mean, we came into the season with the championship with no wins from the last season. And then to walk in this year and win the championship by winning every race is something that we just weren't ready for. We were ready for another season of just more learning and getting better along the way. So we had a great year, but obviously we don't take for granted that all of our competition was not present at the race due to COVID. But those of us who were able to make it to the races, we learned more about our cars and we got a chance to support the track during them. First of all, I need to get to it. I'd like to thank Tommy Spencer Motorsports for helping set up and getting us ready for race day. Landon for spotting me all the way to victory lane. There's no way we could go through race day without him, with all the support from him and all the work he does to our car on the day. Olivia for being a huge supporter and being there at every race, encouraging the team to do their best all the time. Chris, a.k.a. the Mad Scientist, for giving input for the car throughout the season. We also have the car sponsors, the Drying Company. We have the Junk Luggers and the Lively Gang. Also, we couldn't do it with all of the family that came out and supported us at every race, cheering us on. And, of course, Bill Mullis for giving us an awesome tractor race set. We can't thank him enough. And most importantly, my parents. There is no way I could thank them enough for everything they do for me to support my racing. They have been my biggest sponsor of all time, and without them, none of my racing would be possible.
Tell us, Jared, what was the difference between 2019 and 2020? I mean, 2019 and 2020, I should say, were incredible seasons. What was the difference as far as the victories are concerned?
Well, obviously in 2020, we won a lot more races. Since 2019, we didn't win any. But honestly, 2020, we learned a lot more. In 19, we were constantly trying to get the car better, doing all these changes. And honestly, I think we were just going the wrong way. When we got to 2020, we had a great starting point, and we just worked from there and made minor adjustments and got better and better along the way. It was just a much simpler and less working year. A lot of things worked for us.
I would definitely agree. And what does 2021 look like for Jared Clark?
We're looking into some things. We're still trying to make everything perfect, still, doing everything, but we're still looking forward to moving up.
Well, congratulations. Oh, real quick, do you have room back there for the 2020 plaque?
I keep telling my parents we're going to have to make the room just a little bit bigger if we keep going this way.
That's a great problem to have. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
Your family and your team.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.
You too. Jared Clark is our 2020 Riverside Paper Pro 6 champion. Well, now we're going to move to a division that Buck Roos and I certainly enjoyed calling each and every Saturday night. And I can't do quite the woo that Buck would do on the microphone, but we're going to move to our Parts Barn Enduro Series. And now let's take a look at the top 10 in points.
Parts Barn Enduros. Parts Barn Enduros. 2020 top 10. Finishing 10th in points. With 5 top 10s and 2 top 5s, driver of the 08 car, Cody Bryant. Finishing 9th in points. With 1 top 10, driver of the 2 car, Jesse Holston. Finishing 8th in points. With 5 top 10s, driver of the 24 car, Tim Vinson. Finishing 7th in points. With 7 top 10s and 3 top 5s, driver of the 99 car, Zach Kane. Finishing 6th in points. With 8 top 10s and 2 top 5s, driver of the 3 car, Mikey Chin. Finishing 5th in points. With 8 top 10s and 5 top 5s and 2 wins, driver of the 48 car, Chris Kane. Finishing 4th in points. With 8 top 10s and 6 top 5s, driver of the 0 car, Jimmy Atkins. Finishing 3rd in points. With 9 top 10s, 6 top 5s, and 1 win, driver of the 41 car, Richard Ellis. Finishing 2nd in points. With 8 top 10s, 7 top 5s, and 2 wins, driver of the 64 car, Thomas Fontaine, and your 2020 champion. With 8 top 10, 8 top 5s, and 3 wins, driver of the 88 car, Charlie Bryant Jr.
I tell you, if there was a division we were looking forward to watching on a Saturday night, it was the Parts Barn Enduro Series. Sometimes 4, 5, even 6 wide. The Buck agricultural racing took place in the grass. Lots and lots of fun. Some other drivers that we want to highlight tonight, as far as awards are concerned, are Rookie of the Year. That award goes to Cody Bryant. Our Sportsman of the Year, congratulations to Chris Kane. And joining us on the phone and via video here, a sponsor representative and also the 2020 Parts Barn Enduro Series champion, the Mr. Charlie Bryant. Charlie, Merry Christmas. Congratulations.
Merry Christmas to all. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate that.
Tell us about the outstanding season you had. And I know, and I want to get into this in a little bit, but the last race, your heart had to be just pounding out of your chest because you won the title by a mere 1 point. But it doesn't matter how many points you won it by, you won it. So tell us about your incredible season.
Well, we had a great year. It was a fun year. That last race was very exciting. It come down, I think mathematically 5 people had a shot to win the championship, and somehow or another we managed to come out on top by 1 point. And I just want to thank all them guys that were there competing for the championship. Richard Ellis, Thomas Fontaine, Chris Kane, Jimmy Atkins, just all of them were right there. It was such a great competitive year. And while we had a great car count all year, and, as the sponsor of the division too, I had no idea I'd be here as the champ at the end of the year. But, man, I just want to thank so many people. And, we want to thank Bill Moss for the track and the opportunity to have platform to race on and put on a show for the fans. I love pleasing the crowd. It's a lot of fun. We want to thank Pastor Potter too for being at the track week in and week out. I do thank you, Pastor Potter, for being there for all the teams and drivers. I want to thank, but I want to congratulate Chris Can on Sportsman of the Year. And I want to congratulate my son, Cody Bryant, for Rookie of the Year. I'm very proud of that. So it was a good accomplishment for both of them. But my son, especially Cody, I'm very proud of that one. And as far as the champ goes, as me being the champ, I need to thank my sponsors. I need to thank American Auto Auction, Embroidery and Print House, Pro Coat Finishing, Parts Barn, of course, Bryant Motorsports Auto Sales. I'd like to thank my wife, Holly, for allowing me to hang out at the racetrack all the Saturdays and the rest of the time we're there, not when it's not even Saturday. And my crew, all the guys back at the shop, Colby and Roger, Mikey and Phil, and just so many guys works on the cars, not just one car. As most of y'all know, I have 3 or 4 or 5 cars out there. So it's a lot to keep up with sometimes. And just want to thank all of them and Good Automotive for helping us out. We just had a great year, and I just got a lot to be thankful for.
Indeed. Tell us about what it was like to race with your son. What kind of emotions were going through you when he was on the track racing with you?
Wow, it was. We had a great experience one Saturday night this year. I won the race, and it was like Cody's second or third race for the year, I think. And I know he had a real bad starting position. As y'all all know, we pull pills for starting positions, and I had a better starting spot. And I think I jumped up in the lead pretty early in the race, and I was watching the scoreboard as I had come through turn 2, and I seen that he made it to the top 5, and I was like, holy smoke, he's having a really good night. And come by a couple more laps, he'd be running 4th, and I come back by a couple more laps, he was in 3rd. And before I knew it, he was running 2nd, and I was like, holy smoke, he's in 2nd. And I wanted to be watching him so much, and it was just so hard to stay out front. I was concerned what was going on, and that night we finished 1-2, and that was probably the highlight of my year. I will say that was a very special moment. I cherished that moment. It was awesome. So
I'm sure you'll never forget that.
Yeah, exactly. And it's been real tough this year with him being on the track with us. I'm concerned with him more so than myself, and I might have to sit out some next year just so I can concentrate on him more and enjoy watching him. So we'll see.
Nothing like going out on top for sure. And I want to ask you one final question as we look at points. There were 4 of you within 3 points. It doesn't get much better than that.
I thought it was a great points battle. You know, Richard Ellis did everything he was supposed to do. Thomas Fontaine did it exactly. He come into the night in 3rd. And, of course, Jimmy and Chris were back there just waiting for the mistakes to happen to possibly jump up there and win it. Mathematically, we all had a shot. And, I think at the end of the night, I think we were 1-2. And I know Thomas won. I was 2nd. And I think Richard was 4th or 5th. And, it was really just one position. And it just fell our way. It was really just the luck of the finishing order, because the enduro racing, anything can happen at any given lap at any given time. So,
So I certainly agree. And enjoy that warm, toasty fire. And we roasted some marshmallows on the way home. We'll stop by and grab them.
Yep. And I'm pretty sure if Chuck and the guys and Bill wants us back, we'll be back to sponsor again next year for the division.
Well, we really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And congratulations, Charlie.
All right. Thank you for having us.
Charlie Bryant, our 2020 champion for the Parts Barn Enduro Series. Let's now move to the old school video games Super Streets. Let's take a look at the top 10. And
hey guys, Derek McKee here with Old School Video Games and More. And before anything, I want to say a huge thanks. I'm pretty sure they're getting thanked all night, but I'm going to thank them again. Bill and Chuck and Vaughn and Terry, everyone, Shane Laws, everybody at Langley Speedway for getting us rolling this season, even though it was a shortened season. And we were down to 1,000-ish people every Saturday night. Thanks so much for giving us something to do on a Saturday night because, man, we needed it. And I was there a lot this season, more than usual, actually, because I just really wanted to support the track and support this guy right here, champion. So thank you again for getting everything rolling. Also, huge thanks to Landon Abbott. Congratulations to Landon Abbott for picking up the Super Street win championship this season. Awesome job. The Super Streets always put on an amazing race. Some of the best competition you'll see out there, besides the late models and this guy right here. So thank you again. Old School Video Games and More. We're working on our 4th store. We're getting keys next week. It'll be in the North Suffolk section of Virginia, so Tidewater. So about 10 minutes from Langley Speedway, even though you've got one right around the corner right now. So thanks again. I look forward to the champion speeches tonight, especially this one. And we will see you next year, and hopefully we'll be back to normal, and I'll be able to get up with Chuck and run crazy ideas through his head like I do every year. Thanks, guys. Now I'm just going to figure out how to stop this, and this is a lot better than the awards banquet because I'm not hammered. So this is great.
Thanks, Derek. We love Old School Videos, and we really appreciate all of your support. And congratulations on the new store that's opening. Now, let's take a look at the top 10.
The Old School Video Games Super Streets 2020 Top 10. Finishing 10th in points. With 5 top 10s and 4 top 5s. Driver of the 15 car, Dale Perro. Finishing 9th in points. With 5 top 10s and 1 top 5. Driver of the 33 car, Chris Spangler. Finishing 8th in points. With 5 top 10s, 4 top 5s, and 2 wins. Driver of the 71 car, Jimmy Atkins. Finishing 7th in points. With 4 top 10s, driver of the 32 car, Zachary Herdleen. Finishing 6th in points. With 7 top 10s, driver of the 54 car, Billy Newman. Finishing 5th in points. With 7 top 10s and 1 top 5, driver of the 48 car, Caitlin Joyner. Finishing 4th in points. With 7 top 10s and 4 top 5s, driver of the 10 car, Trey Taylor. Finishing 3rd in points. With 7 top 10s, 6 top 5s, and 1 win, driver of the 28 car, Tommy Gilday. Finishing 2nd in points. With 8 top 10s and 5 top 5s, driver of the 12 car, Sean Calloway. And your 2020 champion. With 8 top 10s, 8 top 5s, and 1 win, driver of the 70 car, Landon Abbott.
Take it slow. Here comes the fever. Here comes the fever. On to go. We gotta take it slow.
When I think about parity, I think about this division. 6 different winners in 2020. Other drivers that won that finished outside the top 10, they included Colby Vance, Joshua Crabtree, and Renaud Marchetti. Congratulations to those drivers as well. As far as awards are concerned, our Rookie of the Year, those honors go to Trey Taylor. Our Sportsman of the Year, that will go to Sean Calloway. And having a late last-minute conflict and unable to join us here at the banquet, that is your 2020 champion, Landon Abbott. Landon, congratulations for backing up your 2017 title with the championship this season. We're all proud of you here from Larry King Law's Langley Speedway. And now, with that, we'll move to our Harris Truck Shop Super Truck Division. And now, a word from our sponsor.
Hi, I'm Terry Harris from Harris Truck and Auto Body Shop, proud sponsor of the Super Truck Series at Langley Speedway. I would like to send out a special thank you to the management and staff of Langley Speedway for their hard work to put on a season during this trying year of 2020. I would also like to send out a thank you to every team member, crew member, and driver that came out this year to put on a show at Langley Speedway for our fans. You mean a lot to the staff, you mean a lot to the fans, as well as the sponsors here at Langley Speedway. Having said that, I want to send out a special congratulations to Louis Pastorez on his championship this year in the Super Truck Series. I also like to send out a congratulations to Louis as Rookie of the Year for the 2020 season. It was an outstanding season. I've seen some very good racing in this class. We're looking forward to 2021. Hopefully we can get back to somewhat normal during the season. We would love to put on a couple, maybe 1 or 2 special events next year for the Mini Truck Series. We wanted to do it in 2020, but as you know, it was kind of a season of ups and downs. I hope that all of you and your family stay safe. I want to wish all of you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we'll see you in 2021. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Terry, and we look forward to seeing you in 2021 as well. Now let's take a look at your top finishing drivers and points.
The Harris Truck Stop Super Trucks 2020 Top 10. Finishing 10th in points. With 4 top 10s and 3 top 5s. Driver of the 88 truck, Jacob Carr. Finishing 9th in points. With 3 top 10s. Driver of the 99 truck, Corey Lyon. Finishing 8th in points. With 5 top 10s and 4 top 5s. Driver of the 33 truck, Brian Waltrip. Finishing 7th in points. With 5 top 10s, 3 top 5s, and 1 win. Driver of the 9 truck, Rick Paust. Finishing 6th in points. With 4 top 10s, driver of the 66 truck, Wayne Lyon. Finishing 5th in points. With 5 top 10s, 2 top 5s, and 1 win. Driver of the 3 truck, Ryan Huff. Finishing 4th in points. With 6 top 10s, 6 top 5s. Driver of the 65 truck, Shannon Lester. Finishing 3rd in points. With 6 top 10s and 6 top 5s. Driver of the 05 truck, Donald Brown. Finishing 2nd in points. With 7 top 10s and 5 top 5s. Driver of the 28 truck, Ronald Klein. And your 2020 champion. With 7 top 10s, 6 top 5s, and 4 wins. Driver of the 8 truck, Louis Pastorez.
Congratulations to Louis Pastorez. Not only did he win the championship, but he also, as you heard from Terry, won Rookie of the Year honors. Now, that's a bit surprising for us because we know he's raced in other divisions, including the modifieds over the years, but it was his first year in the Super Trucks division sponsored by Harris Truck. Also winning Sportsman of the Year after being voted on by the race officials, that was Shannon Lester. Congratulations, Shannon. Now, Louis cannot be here tonight because he's serving his country out at sea at the moment. And so we want to take a moment to thank Louis for his service to our country and to all the brave men and women who do what they do to protect us and to keep us free. And we know it's got to be difficult, especially over the holidays, to not be home with your family and loved ones. So Louis, we salute you and we thank you for all that you do. Now, since Louis couldn't be here this evening, we do have a video as we look back at his championship winning race back in October.
We have Louis Pastorez down here in Dale Emmons Victory Lane, the champion of the Super Trucks this season. This race in particular wasn't without or this night wasn't without a lot of challenges, but you got it done and you are the champ.
Yeah, it was a crazy night for sure. Had some stuff happen in that first race. We kind of expected it. We knew it was coming, but you know, to bounce back like this and have a junk restart and they just run off with it, nobody calls it back, I guess, whatever, but we still run them back down, and second place we'll take it and take the championship. But I can't thank all these guys enough. All my family is at home watching it, and my dad's been calling me all day trying to help us, and it's just been everything's been great. But I got all these sponsors: Cam's Racing Engine, Gene Nichols, Patika Yo-Yo, Swag Graphics, Bobby Gary at Mako of Suffolk, Robin Nichols, all these guys. Everybody comes out and help. Gene, Terry, everybody. Yeah. It's been a crazy year and everything. So
You're listed as a rookie. You didn't drive one like this this year. Your first time in the series. What was it like to make it pull all together, not only win but run consistently enough to take home the championship?
It's not that hard when you got a good team behind you and everybody supports you and pushes for you and putting long hours in the shop. It just makes it all work. You got to have a whole team effort for this, and I can't be thankful enough for all these guys over here. And this year we lost our good friend Sean, and it's been rough, and everybody's been struggling, but we all stay together, one big family, and it's been amazing.
Louis Pastris, your Harris Truck Shop Super Trucks Series champion for 2020 here at Larry King Law's Langley Speedway.
Thank you, Brandon, and congratulations to Louis and his team. We know when he gets home, he's going to celebrate big. And now we'll move to the Cycle City Corp Legends. And that was a fun division to watch. And now we'll have a moment, or a word, I should say, from our sponsor.
Hello, I'm Craig Steinecker with Cycle City Corporation. Just want to put a big thanks and congratulations out to the legend drivers for the 2020 season. I know things were a little rough this year, and hopefully the 2021 season will go much better, and we will be a sponsor for you guys again. Congratulations once again. We'll see you soon. Thank you.
Craig, we appreciate you and your staff. Thank you to Cycle City Corp. Some awards for our Cycle City Corp Legends divisions include the Rookie of the Year. Congratulations are in order to Parker Brookfield. Our Sportsman of the Year, well, that goes to Tucker Jones. And now, I believe joining us here on the phone, or will be joining us here in just a little bit, that is Tommy Jackson Jr., who is your champion. But let's now look at the top 10 finishers.
The Cycle City Corp Legends 2020 Top 10. Finishing 10th in points. With 3 top 10s and 1 top 5. Driver of the 31 car, Carter Wood. Finishing 9th in points. With 5 top 10s and 1 top 5. Driver of the 6 car, Chris Hammond. Finishing 8th in points. With 4 top 10s, driver of the 8 car, Jacob Derrick. Finishing 7th in points. With 6 top 10s and 3 top 5s, driver of the 7 car, Spencer Saunders. Finishing 6th in points. With 7 top 10s and 5 top 5s, driver of the 26 car, Parker Brookfield. Finishing 5th in points. With 9 top 10s, driver of the 99 car, Sparky West. Finishing 4th in points. With 7 top 10s and 4 top 5s, driver of the 14 car, Tucker Jones. Finishing 3rd in points. With 10 top 10s and 5 top 5s, driver of the 17 car, Devin Courtney. Finishing 2nd in points. With 9 top 10s and 9 top 5s and 3 wins, driver of the 51 car, Ryan Matthews, and your 2020 champion. With 9 top 10s, 9 top 5s, and 6 wins, driver of the 87 car, Tommy Jackson Jr.
Congratulations are also in order to Trevor Thacker, who is only one of 3 drivers to visit Dale Emmons Victory Lane. And now we have with us Mr. Tommy Jackson Jr., who backed up his 2018 championship with the title this season in our Cycle City Corp Legends. I believe Tommy will be joining us any moment now as we'll talk with him, as he has had quite an accomplishment, as you heard earlier, 6 victories, the most of any other driver who won in that division. So again, Tommy Jackson Jr., the man with the plan, had to hold off the defending champion, Ryan Matthews. Now, Ryan, again, won the title last season. He visited Dale Emmons Victory Lane, as you saw, 3 times and was just a mere 7 points behind in the chase. So it came down to the very last race, and it had us up in the tower wondering who was going to be the champion. Was Tommy going to be able to hold off Ryan, or was Ryan going to be able to provide the upset and go with back-to-back championships? But in the end, it came down to Tommy Jackson Jr., who was able to get it done. And I think I see Tommy fading in and out. He may be joining us here. As we do see Tommy Jackson Jr. You have to love technology. It is 2020. We're learning Zoom calls. We're learning Facebook Live a little bit more throughout society as we navigate through this very challenging year. And perhaps we'll get him back a little bit later. But we do want to say congratulations, Tommy. You did an outstanding job this year. We know you're celebrating tonight, and you deserve to be celebrating with your team. And now we'll move to our Pepsi Grand Stock division, as we have a new 7-time champion. That's right, a 7-time champion with over 124 victories to his credit. I'm sure he can make sure I have the stats correct, and we'll talk to Mr. Paul Lubno here in just a bit. But we do now want to take a look potentially at our top 10 finishers here in the Pepsi Grand Stock division.
The Pepsi Grand Stocks 2020 Top 10. Finishing 10th in points. With one top 10. Driver of the 71 car, J.R. Smith. Finishing 9th in points. With 2 top 10s. Driver of the 8 car, Dale Nichols. Finishing 8th in points. With 2 top 10s. Driver of the 57 car, Richard Powers III. Finishing 7th in points. With 3 top 10s and 2 top 5s. Driver of the 36 car, Jamie Good. Finishing 6th in points. With 8 top 10s. Driver of the 51 car, Amanda Satterley. Finishing 5th in points. With 9 top 10s and 9 top 5s. Driver of the 11 car, Chris Roberts. Finishing 4th in points. With 10 top 10s and 10 top 5s. Driver of the 21 car, Randy Akers. Finishing 3rd in points. With 10 top 10s, 10 top 5s, and 1 win. Driver of the 17 car, Tim Wilson. Finishing 2nd in points. With 10 top 10s, 9 top 5s, and 4 wins. Driver of the 25 car, Nick Sample. And your 2020 champion. With 10 top 10s, 10 top 5s, and 5 wins. Driver of the 14 car, Paul Lubno.
Our Pepsi Grand Stock division, we had 2 additional award winners, one including Rookie of the Year honors, and they went to Nick Sample. Now, that's another one we have a hard time digesting because we know Nick is certainly not a rookie, but it was his first year in this division. Our Sportsman of the Year, that award goes to Randy Speaker. Now, I have Ron who will give me the statistics with 127 victories and 7 championships. Wow, what an incredible accomplishment. We have joining us now, Paul Lubno. And at the green screen, you're ready to celebrate your championship.
Yeah, like I said, I want to send prayers out to Bubba Johnson for a fast recovery and the Bluzo family for everything they went through this year. I want to start that out with that. And like I said, we had a good season. And, good sponsorship. And like I said, I want to thank my crew. My brother-in-law, he's my backbone. And me and him, we're all on this thing. And J.R. Smith and Glenn Green and his son, Michael Green. And like I said, my son, Paul Aaron Lubno and Brody Lubno. And my granddaughter, Emma, she's loving this thing. And JR's grandson, Riley, he has a blast out at the racetrack. And, like I said, it's a big family thing, get together. Hey, you can't beat it. And I want to give a big thanks out to Big Dave, Chris Roberts, and Gene Nichols, pulled me out of a lot of trouble spots. Like I said, Sean Scavels, and like I said, my dad, my wife Melissa for putting up with me, and Trish. But yeah, like I said, we had a good season. Like I said, we got good drivers and competitors and everything. Like I said, we had some good races. We might have a small car count, but it's starting to pick up. I've heard already rumors right now. We got about three or four more cars coming for next year, and I want to thank my sponsors. Smitty's Better Burger. I lost one of them. I didn't lose my sponsor, but I lost the man behind the sponsorship, Paul Smith from Smitty's Better Burger. And like I said, PC Doctors. This guy's in my ear all the time, yelling at me, and we yelling back and forth at each other. It's all good. And Van Costas in Hampton, Virginia, Home Helpers, healthcare people. Yeah, they came on this year, and Federal Order of Eagles, Slingers Print and Works, and Swag's Graph with graph and graphics that wrapped the car, made it look good this year. And one person I don't want to don't want to forget is Charlie Hyde Racing Engine. This guy has been around for years, and he's still building horsepower. But
so many accomplishments and accolades. I mean, 7 championships. Is it still just as exciting to cross that finish line in first?
I love racing. I get to racetrack, and that's my main goal, to try to win.
And you've done your look. Celebrate and have fun. And thanks for representing very well our 2020 Pepsi Grand Stocks champ.
Yeah. All right. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Paul. Everybody. And now I do believe we have our champion on the line from our Cycle City Corp legends, and that's Tommy Jackson Jr. Tommy, I believe you may be there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Can you hear us?
Not quite working on the way home.
We can hear you now.
You can't? Cool. I couldn't hear you guys earlier. It's like a whole bunch of clicking. Oh, man.
So tell us about the 20 season and the championship.
Oh, 2020 was a good year. We managed to win a lot of races and changed a lot for us. We started out the year, had a big old plan scheduled out that kind of got thrown away. Only intended on running Langley for points, ended up running Langley and Dominion. And still managed to run close to 20 races, which is pretty cool because we didn't think we were going to get any races in this year. So I can't thank my brother enough. Traveled with me to every single race. Me and him were testing week in and week out, and spent a lot of time at the racetrack. And my dad, my family for support, me, my mom. My girlfriend, I think she missed like all 2 races out of the 19 we ran. And I don't know, man, we had such a great year, such great sponsors behind us. This thing's still working?
You are.
Cool. Ours. Garage isn't the best Wi-Fi, but yeah, great sponsors. Dale Lemons has been on board with me since I started running Legend Cars. We're really happy to have him on. He's definitely been one of our biggest supporters. He's got me a lot of parts binds, all the leftover Legend stuff he's got in from his years in racing. And Danny's Glass is on board with us this year. Taylor Waste Services, Easy Auto, Newport News. Of course, Little G.I. Joe's and my dad, Yorktown Ammo. So it's really cool to have the success we've had, just kind of being a small family team. And really looking forward to getting back to it and hopefully with more normalcy back in 2021.
How does this championship compare to the one you earned in 2018?
2018 was a good year. This year it was a lot different. 2018, all we really ran was Langley. And this one was definitely special. It was special to do with my brother and my girlfriend at the track every week because it was kind of just us. And 2018 was me and my buddy Andy, and he was still around a lot this year too, which was really cool to be able to bounce ideas with him while we were at the racetrack. But travel with family is probably the best part of it. It'll definitely make these championships special. Every weekend is something to remember. When we, I don't know, some of the best memories when we ran Southern National for the money race down there. I think I was asleep in the grass till like 4 in the afternoon. And it's so cool that the things we got to do and the experiences we got to have in the hotel rooms and the trips, from swimming in the Shenandoah River to sleeping on the ground at Southern National and all the fun stuff we got to do in between together. It really made the championship memories really sweet when it was all over.
I bet it did. And you brought up a great point. Racing's all about family. So, Tom, go celebrate the championship with your family. Congratulations.
It is. Thank you.
Tommy Jackson, Cycle 54 Legends champion. So now, as we look back at 2020, we want to remember an 11-time champion. That's right, an 11 times. Sean Beluso. We want you to remember him tonight. And, of course, think about his wonderful family. We're looking back now at his last victory back in 2019. Let's enjoy that great moment together.
All right, the pace truck's going to hit pit lane. We're set for 100 laps of racing. Green flag is in the air. Sean Beluso, Mark Works side by side in turn 1.
Big jump there for the 48 of Sean Beluso. He's got help from the 28 of Jamie Sample with him, although Mark Works hanging tight with him on that outside line. They're door to door as they work into 3 and 4 here on lap number 1.
Side by side for the top spot. Sean Beluso in the preferred line on the inside. Now, Mark Works is in the air. 4/10 of a mile to go. Sean Beluso is the 2019 Larry King Law Modified Champion. He leads this race down the backstretch for the final time. Now he works over in turns 3 and 4. He's trying to pick up win number 16, and he'll do it. Sean Beluso wins at Larry King Law's Langley Speedway, and he's your 2019 champion. He's in his 16th win of the season. Talk about domination, and nobody gets the bounty in 2019. Sean Beluso is going down to Dale Lemon's victory lane as not only the race winner, but the champion. We've got a champion and a race winner in Sean Beluso.
He takes his time driving the track. He's what we call the driver's driver. You know, he takes his time. He works it slow and easy and doesn't let anything worry him too much. He's the one that likes to worry you. If you happen to qualify better than he did that night, so what? He's going to let you just watch from your rearview mirror as he gets closer, and you start pushing harder and harder, and you start wearing out your tires, and before too long, he's by you.
Yeah, Sean Beluso out of the car, celebrating with crews, fans, family, everybody down here in Dale Lemon's victory lane. Bunch of water being sprayed everywhere. Celebrations continue for the 16-time winner this season. Of course, our Larry King Law modified champion for this year. Let's go ahead and talk to Mr. Sean Beluso. Sean, congratulations. You guys had him covered tonight, although the 19 gave you a heck of a battle there throughout the race.
I was certainly worried about Mark. He was all over the place on me, and it was a tough race, believe it or not.
16-time winner this season. Talk about some of your partners and the kind of great season you guys have had together this year.
Yeah, we've had a couple people come on board, believe it or not. Southern National Motorsports Park, Mike Diaz. They're going to have a big race at Thanksgiving, and they want to get everybody out there. And Langley and Southern National work together quite a bit. And Asset Auto Recovery. I'm sorry, I'm not used to saying people.
And that's okay.
Asset Auto Recovery. Those guys were great. They came on board this week, and I really appreciate the help. Without those two people, those two sponsors, we would not have made it this week. With everything that's going on with Bryce and all, it just was too big of a chance for me to take. We already wrapped up the championship, and I appreciate all the fans up there. It's been great. Larry King, you're the man.
How about Mr. King?
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Very happy celebrations down here. Mr. Sean Beluso, 16-time winner and track champion this year for our Larry King Law Modifieds.
Mighty Mouse will live on in our hearts and memories forever. And as Sean would say, continue racing. And we've done just that. We'll remember his legacy. We'll remember him all the time. And we look so forward to having this special Sean Beluso race each season. Our next race for that event, the 100 lap special in his memory, will be on Saturday night, August the 21st. We want to congratulate several drivers for their accomplishments in 2020. And now let's take a look at the top 10 points finishers.
The Larry King Law Modifieds 2020 Top 10. Finishing 10th in points. With 7 top 10s and 2 top 5s, driver of the 5 car, Kyle Fowler. Finishing 9th in points. With 6 top 10s and 3 top 5s, driver of the 3 car, Brad Adams. Finishing 8th in points. With 4 top 10s and 1 top 5, driver of the 28 car, Jamie Sample. Finishing 7th in points. With 4 top 10s, driver of the 49 car, Todd Whitesell. Finishing 6th in points. With 5 top 10s, driver of the 16 car, Eric McPherson. Finishing 5th in points. With 9 top 10s and 6 top 5s, driver of the 47 car, Rick Godovic. Finishing 4th in points. With 10 top 10s and 5 top 5s, driver of the 38 car, Michael Johnson. Finishing 3rd in points. With 9 top 10s, 7 top 5s, and 1 win, driver of the 36 car, Chris Johnson. Finishing 2nd in points. With 8 top 10s, 8 top 5s, and 6 wins, driver of the 78 car, Matt Carter. And your 2020 champion. With 10 top 10s, 10 top 5s, and 3 wins, driver of the 19 car, Mark Wirtz.
Our Larry King Law Modified Rookie of the Year, that award goes to Kyle Fowler. And Jamie Sample won Sportsman of the Year. Joining us on the line now is your 2020 champion, Mr. Mark Wirtz. Mark, congratulations. This has to feel good.
I appreciate it. And good evening to everybody out there. And I tell you, it's been a great year, and it's been a humbling year, and it's put some fuel back on the fire, definitely. We want to go ahead and start. Just I put some words together here I'd like to read out to everybody. And I'd like to just start by congratulating each division champion here celebrating tonight as a champions. Ships are not given, they're earned. So congratulations to all the other champions tonight. I'd like to congratulate all the modified teams for all their hard work and effort, helping put on a great show at Langley Speedway this season. This season at Langley Speedway was very odd and unusual, filled with many challenges and obstacles, as well as a tragic loss. Thank you, Bill Mullis, Chuck Hall, Vaughn Crittenden, as well as Terry Beluso for opening the racetrack here for us to be at this year. Saying this, I can sum up the season tonight by simply saying one word: thankful. I continue to learn not one of us in racing gets much done without a lot of help. So here are some of the important things I'm thankful for. First, having known and to be able to call Sean Beluso a friend. To follow great years in the modified division as this year's champion is an honor. I'm grateful for the support of these great partners who help us operate with the means we need to be competitive each week. Thank you, Larry King Law, for supporting the division. Corvette Parts, Keen Parts, Tom and TJ have been such a blessing. Dunkin' Donuts, 12 years and counting, phenomenal. Taylor Waste Services, Kenny and Randy Parrish, Kenny Taylor and Randy Parrish, can't thank you enough for all the support. Pro Turf, Bayport Credit Union, your support continues to be much appreciated. J&J Clearing and Demolition, Bubba Johnson and his family, I can't thank you enough for allowing our team to race your equipment. Thank you very much, and many blessings on your recovery, buddy. I want to go on to thank a unique team of great men who in different areas helped our engine program, whether it was with the engine build, the engine modifications, the carburetor builds, and the testing on the dyno, all the time we spent trying to squeeze this Rayvon Clark racing engine to the max. Thank you, Rayvon Clark, Charlie Boyer, Tommy Morris, John Bray, and Bob Shreves. You guys are great at what you do. Thank you, Brett Hamilton, for awesome race chassis. Thank you to my team that has been solid for years. JB, Amy, Diney, Sue Wells, Carly, Bill Diggs, Bobby Miller, Clayton Parrish, as well as Jimmy Galden for the help you provided. Colonel and David Robinson and the entire Robinson family, for the priceless years of support, I'm truly thankful. Finally, I am most thankful for the support and much more from the 3Ks in my life. Karen Mikulski, my better half, Karen Works, my mother, and Carly Works, my daughter. Thank you for the love and understanding and prayers. Definitely can't forget my father, Harold Works, for teaching me what it is to be a man and to be humble in success. Thank you all. Have a great holiday season. Look forward to seeing you in 2021.
Mark, you have incredible. We think about how he's accomplished so much. You're one of the drivers. So, again, congratulations. Go enjoy and celebrate this championship.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mark Work, the 2020 Larry King Law Modified Champion. And now we'll move to our final division, the Taylor Waste Services Late Model Division. And now let's have a word from our sponsor.
Hello, everyone. I'd first like to start out by thanking Bill, Chuck, Vaughn, Terry, and the entire Langley Speedway staff for making a rather difficult year a successful season on the track. You all did a great job with the circumstances you were dealt with this year. Terry, you were to be commended especially for your dedication, and our hearts are still heavy for you and your family with the loss of Sean. I would also like everyone to keep Bubba Johnson and his family in your prayers as he recuperates from his recent accident. As it should have been, most of the division's championships were not decided until the final races of the season, which goes to show that the competition here is strong throughout every division. This year in the late model division, without a doubt, showed that consistency can win championships, with Brendan Queen and the 03 team not winning a single points race, but consistently finishing in the top 3 to 5 positions. That's a tremendous credit to you and your team. So on behalf of Kenny Taylor, myself, and the employees of Taylor Waste Services, we'd like to congratulate you and your team on winning the 2020 Taylor Waste Services Late Model Division Championship. Congratulations on a great season. As has now become a tradition, started last year with Greg Edwards, we have a jacket courtesy of Taylor Waste Services that we'll be getting to you very soon. In closing, with the blessing of Langley Speedway, owner, staff, I would like to announce that Taylor Waste Services will be back next year to continue as the Late Model Division sponsor. Thank you all very much, and I hope you have a very Merry Christmas.
Thank you to all of our friends at Taylor Waste Services. We look forward to having you back in 2021. Now let's take a look at the top 10 points finishers in this exciting division.
The Taylor Waste Services Late Models 2020 Top 10. Finishing 10th in points. With 5 top 10s, driver of the 90 car, Terry Carroll. Finishing 9th in points. With 6 top 10s and 1 top 5 and 1 win, driver of the 19 car, Bubba Johnston. Finishing 8th in points. With 7 top 10s and 2 top 5s, driver of the 91 car, Justin Carroll. Finishing 7th in points. With 7 top 10s, Driver of the 25 car, Craig Estep. Finishing 6th in points. With 9 top 10s and 5 top 5s, driver of the 29 car, Casey Wyatt. Finishing 5th in points. With 10 top 10s and 2 top 5s, driver of the 88 car, Thomas Marks. Finishing 4th in points. With 7 top 10s and 7 top 5s and 3 wins, driver of the 77 car, Connor Hall. Finishing 3rd in points. With 11 top 10s and 10 top 5s and 1 win, driver of the 21 car, Greg Edwards. Finishing 2nd in points. With 12 top 10s, 8 top 5s, and 1 win, driver of the 26 car, Danny Edwards Jr. And your 2020 champion. With 12 top 10s and 12 top 5s, driver of the 03 car, Brendan Queen.
Other winners in the 2020 season include Peyton Sellers, Mark Wirtz, who we just heard from, Bobby McCarty, and also a 2-time winner this year. That is Josh Berry, your 2020 NASCAR Advanced Auto Parts Weekly Series Division I champion. Other drivers we'd like to recognize, the Rookie of the Year, those honors go to Adam Hogerel. Your Sportsman of the Year, that award goes to Terry Carroll. But the driver that's joining us on the line now is your 2020 champion, Butterbean. We know him as Brendan Queen. Brendan, congratulations. You got the race car in the background. You got to be one happy guy.
Yes, sir. It's such a hard thing to do in this division, and I'm just super thankful. Just like Mark said, I mean, I'm very blessed to have the season we did with everything going in the world. So I'll kind of just jump into what I wrote. Such an honor to add my name to the list of Larry King Law Langley Speedway late model champions. I know how hard every team at the track has worked week in and week out, and I would like to take this moment to congratulate all of the other champions. It's not an easy thing to do. As you know it, I won the championship without a points paying win. The one win we did win paid, just didn't pay points, and that's just a credit to the competition that Danny and Greg and Connor and everybody in the late model division brings to the table every week. It's super tough to race against those guys, but I love it, and that's why we do it. 2020 started off like every other year, and that was a plan to go after a championship at my hometown track, Langley Speedway. To be honest with you, after the past few seasons at Langley, since our East Carolina championship, we have struggled tremendously. At times, we showed potential that we could get it done, but our consistency was never there. And that's where the 03 team, led by Phil Warren, put in a never-give-up attitude to try and up our performance. And then something no one could have predicted was having to wait until the middle of summer to finally race. To Bill Mullis, I just want to say thank you for all you did to give us a season and a place to race during all of the COVID restrictions. To all the officials and Langley Speedway staff, thank you for all you do for us to be able to come race and do what we love. Also, thank you to Reverend Potter for everything you do for the drivers, making sure we have water and those pre-race prayers. Right as soon as the season finally started and things started to feel normal, our whole racing family was hit with the tragic loss of Langley legend Sean Beluzzo. To the entire Beluzzo family, Sean was a true legend, and I will always remember him. Winning the Hampton Heat was another dream of mine, and I would have never thought we would win that race and a championship in the same year. It's definitely a bummer to be the guy to win the championship with 0 wins, but it just shows that consistency can pay off. Phil Warren told me back in December it's going to take top threes to win the championship. Maybe I took that a little to heart because seems like second and third was all we could do every week. I'm so blessed with the way this year went, and I'm so thankful. None of this could have been possible without the Lord. I mean, he kept everybody safe, and can't do it without him. I want to thank Taylor Waste for sponsoring the division, along with NASCAR and Advance Auto for coming on board and sponsoring our division. To Mac McKee and Derek with Old School Video Games. Mac started helping me, got in contact with me at the end of 2015. This has been 4 years running, and Mac has became family to me, and we have 2 championships together. Derek for always being there at the track and supporting us and letting me be the face of Old School. Thank you, buddy. Andre Greer for believing in me and letting me drive his car also. Couldn't do it without you, buddy, and I'll never forget that. TT, Michelle, and Sully with Bryn Trim, thank y'all for all your support every year. Duragloss, Chick-fil-A, Grassfield for keeping us fed. LeithCars.com, Atkins Motorsports, Bryant Motorsports, Schaefer's Racing Oil, BRC with John Staten, West Page Shocks, Lugnut always keeping us tuned up every week. Clark's Racing Engine, Rayvon Clark, can't thank you enough for the power all year, the reliability. We definitely got on the pole the most we ever have with 4 poles, and that Ford crate was digging all year. Thanks, buddy. Affordable Transmissions, y'all seen the restart at the Hampton Heat. Thank you, LJ. M&M Fleet Repair, CarCovers.com, Jay Hedgecock Race Cars, thank you for a great chassis. Got to give a huge shout out to the fans. I know it wasn't quite what we wanted, but I definitely appreciate the Butterbean Nation out there. To my team, I'm nothing without y'all. I just get to have the fun to hold the steering wheel. Phil Warren, best crew chief ever, the Langley legend. We kept them from tying your streak one more year, buddy. Might have to go defend the title. I'm trying to catch your record now, so 6 more to go, right? Just messing with you. Thank you to Jerry Collier, Bo Gherkin, Michael Moore, Roger Byers, and I got to add Doug Strother for helping us at a couple races this year. All of the wives and girlfriends for letting them come and be a part of my fun on the weekends. Also, a huge shout out to everybody in my past that has helped me, whether it was sponsors or team members that are no longer on the team or doing other obligations. You are a part of getting me to this point in my career, and I can't thank you enough. Thanks to both my grandmas, my granddad, and my great-granddad for all their support. Mom and Dad, that's the big ones, right? There's no way I can thank y'all for the sacrifices you two give me. Racing has been our life, and we can finally say we got the 03 a championship at Langley. Y'all make it happen just to let me live my dream, and I never take it for granted. I love y'all, and I appreciate it. I can't thank y'all enough. I'm ready to contend for more wins in the future, but as the offseason is in full effect, please keep your thoughts and prayers with Bubba Johnson, and we can't wait to see him back at the track. He's definitely a great competitor, and can't wait to see him at the track. I hope everyone has a good Christmas and a New Year's. I can't wait to see you next year at the track.
Thank you, Brendan. Congratulations, and continue living that dream. You're doing a great job, and you're going to be a great representative as our champion.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Brendan Queen, our 2020 Taylor Waste Services Late Model Champion. Well, that's going to do it for tonight's program. We do want to continue to send prayers to the Beluzzo family and also to Bubba Johnston for a speedy recovery. Don't forget, we're racing again. It won't be long. We'll have our Spring Day of Destruction on March 13th, and then opening night is Saturday, April the 3rd. Keep up with us online at langley-speedway.com or through one of our social media channels. Well, we hope you have a very Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year, and we can't wait to fire the engines up once more and go racing in 2021. Thank you again to Vaughn Crittenden for making all of this possible. Have a good night, everybody.